everyone, and welcome to our Tech Talk. My name is Rosa, and I'll be your host for today. So we're excited to have Ibrahim with us. So how are you, Ibrahim? And thank you so much for joining us today.
Well, Rosa, I'm really doing well. Thank you. How are you today?
Thank you so much for asking. I'm also good. So before Ibrahim begins his presentation on professional visibility, I'd like to remind everyone that you can ask your questions through the Q&A section, and we'll try to address them at the end.
Yeah, Rosa.
Start?
Yeah. Are you done?
Okay, let's begin.
Yeah. So actually, before we start, I really like interactivity. So if students have questions and they want to ask something right now, it's really important. Feel free to jump in and say, um, yeah, I just got a poll here. Oh, okay, yeah, and like interact with students. That would be the idea. But at the end of the session, we will have a dedicated Q&A session as well, where students can, or your learners can ask questions, and then we will work on the answers. All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. So I will share my screen with you. How many people do we have here right now? 13, or shall we wait a little longer?
Well, we can wait, or it's totally up to you.
What's your experience with these events so far? Like, do students show up later, or are they
Well,
usually on time?
well, sometimes, yeah, I mean, the number changes, but um, well, this also is being recorded, so maybe if they join later, they can watch the recording.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah. All right, nice then. So then I would like to start here with my presentation. Yeah. So
Yeah, sure.
let me just switch to my screen. All right, thanks. So my name is Ibrahim Sinan, and I live in Vancouver, Canada. And I've helped tech students, web developers, cybersecurity specialists, network engineers, digital marketers, you name it. All tech students in all different fields for the last 4 years, change careers, move into a new career, or improve their current careers into a better role. And I've worked with over 350 students. And then, yeah, this opportunity came up, and we decided to do a presentation on visibility, professional visibility, and how LinkedIn can help you being discovered and landing a job in your specialization, in your field. So then I've moved into the role of education manager at Cornerstone College here in Vancouver. But I do have a passion for career counseling, and I started a little company called Kickstart Career Services. And yeah, so today I'm here and we will talk about LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn, as you all probably know, is extremely important for professional visibility. Now, the topics that I will be talking about here today will be self-marketing, your profile picture, a background photo that's really necessary in your LinkedIn profile, the professional headline, how to create an engaging, really vivid professional headline, then the importance of your summary and the story in your LinkedIn profile. Then, how to select relevant skills, where LinkedIn asks you, for a selection of job-related skills. Then how to put your experience into your LinkedIn profile, your work experience and your professional project experience into your LinkedIn profile. Then we will talk about something really very important, how to do cold messaging on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is extremely important, especially here in Canada and the US during a job search. And cold messaging is one of the best ways to gain the attention of employers. And we will talk about how to reach out to companies, how blogging can help you as a developer or a tech specialist, networking events, how to make use of those, and then following up with people you have met. And we will even dive into volunteering, how it can help you land your dream job, and a little bit more about your career here, symbolized in a heart. All right, guys. So if you don't have any questions, I would like to talk about self-marketing. Now, as you know, marketing is extremely important. You can have the best product in the world, but if your marketing isn't good, then not too many people will be interested in your product. That is valid for you as a professional as well. So you kind of have to market yourself. You have to brand yourself in order to be visible to companies so that they, are interested in your profile and want to know more about you. Hence, LinkedIn is one of the best methods to build your own brand as a job seeker. And yeah, LinkedIn also, I think, is now really very important all over the world. And please correct me if I'm wrong, but here in Canada and the US, LinkedIn is an extremely important tool in your job search. Now, creating a LinkedIn profile does take a little bit of time. Some features don't take so much time, whereas other features will take you a little bit of time in order to, optimize them and bring them to a level where you're really comfortable with what the world sees about you. Now, again, when you create a LinkedIn profile, you want to create a profile that you deserve as a professional. Meaning, don't just create a quick sentence that describes your experience. You really need to work on it. That's why, in the second paragraph here, you will see that some features won't take much time, whereas other features will take a little bit of time and you need to really work on them and improve them. Now let's start number one, your profile picture, which is really extremely important. Now, needless to say, your profile picture creates a first impression of who you are, right? So, the employer is just going to see a resume, and then after that resume, probably click on your LinkedIn profile and see who you are. And that picture is definitely a first impression. It's super important. We're all humans, and no matter what we say, what we claim, that the picture might not affect my decision in giving you the role or calling you to an interview, it still will have a very important effect in your application for your candidacy, right? So professional images are really very important. And here in red, you will see tequila shot pictures are definitely not recommended. So what should you do? Now, please make sure, first of all, that the picture actually looks like you. It should be recent. And again, when I say recent, kind of like passport application photos, like in the last 6 months, right? It should be you in the last 6 months. Next, the circle, the profile picture, 60% of it should be covered with your face. So your face should take up around 60%. Next, you should wear what you would normally wear to work. You don't have to have a tie and a suit and a jacket and all that stuff, but business casual would really help. And usually looks very good on LinkedIn profile pictures. And next, super important, especially in Canada and America, and I assume also in Europe, you must smile with your eyes, right? Like you really need to look friendly, approachable, so that, the hiring manager is interested in your profile and in your personality as well. All right. So now let's take a look at a few examples here. Take a look at these, please. Your profile picture. Now, this lady here, actually, I really like this picture too. Yeah. But compared to the one on the right, we don't see her face clearly. Plus, the lighting is really poor and it's too dark. This one is much, much better, right? So we can see her face, her eyes. She's smiling. She's happy. She's approachable. And most importantly, she looks really professional here. Next, let's take a look at this picture. Now, actually, I really like this picture too, but the problem is his face is too small and I kind of don't see the features, right? So the face is hard to see. That's why here, once we zoom in and crop the rest, right, we see that he has a clean background here, nothing distracting in the background, and we have a clear picture of his face. Like the face is really clearly visible. And again, he's smiling with his eyes, and he has a great smile. So once we come to this guy here, take a look at this picture. Now here, although this is, like work reality, this is probably what a desk looks like. We don't want to reflect this in our profile on LinkedIn. The desk is kind of messy, it's kind of cluttered. And again, faces too far, right? Then the light is very strong in the background. It's not a clear picture. This is much, much nicer. Here, zoom in. He's smiling with his eyes. He's happy. And, he's wearing business casual clothes. So really nice. This one here is, probably from the weekend, from a horseback riding trip or something. And normally we don't want to put pictures like these on LinkedIn. Again, we want to convey a professional image. And a picture like this is definitely the one to go for. It's much, much nicer for a professional LinkedIn profile. So now here, again, a few do's and a few don'ts. Now, what we try to refrain from here is, not putting any personal life pictures on LinkedIn, with your baby, with your child, or I don't know, your dog, perhaps, right? So LinkedIn, the purpose of LinkedIn is to convey a professional image, and usually not your family. But yeah, you get the idea, right? And then take a look at this lady. She's too angry. She literally looks, and I always say this, she looks like an angry Billie Eilish. And she's not approachable. Would I want to call her to an interview? I really don't know. But yeah, next one here again is a Facebook, Instagram picture of your family, right? And we can't see the faces. We can't make out the faces. We don't know who these people are. It's definitely not a professional image that you should use on LinkedIn. Now, when you look at these bottom ones here, they're really very nice. Here, you will see this guy here with a nice black background, which kind of makes his features pop up, right? Nice visibility. Then this lady here, really nice. A black and white picture, and I'm going to make a comment on this. And this guy, really nice professional LinkedIn profile pictures. Now, in the 90s, I think, in the 90s and perhaps early 2000s, black and white pictures used to be they had a little bit of a popularity on social media and on LinkedIn. But, I personally don't prefer black and white. Why black and white when you can have it in color? But if this is something you really want to do and, you insist on your black and white picture, go with a black and white picture. But again, make sure your face is visible and your eyes are smiling. Does anybody have any questions so far? So let's continue with the second picture, the second visual element, which is the background photo in your LinkedIn profile. Now, I'm really assuming here that most of you know what LinkedIn is and you have used LinkedIn before. Um, behind your profile picture, there's a big banner in the back. This is called a background photo on LinkedIn. And again, this is the most important second visual element, which you want to use to your advantage. So what I usually suggest is this picture should create some context and show a little bit about your professional background so that the hiring manager, the recruiter, can immediately understand what your profile, what your skill set is about here, right? So a professional background photo will also help you stand out and will make you more noticeable to candidates that don't have a professional background photo. And perhaps even, will make you even more memorable, depending on your skills and what type of picture you have used. Now, let me show you an example here. Take a look at this. She used to be a student of mine. Now, here, I agree, this is a little bit of a personal life picture, but she has a job, so I think she can afford this. Now, here in the background, she put Vancouver up, but most importantly, when you look at this, you will see front-end developer. And the software developers amongst you will understand what this means. JavaScript, TypeScript, and React, right? So immediately, without even having to go down to her education section, her work experience section, I immediately understand that this lady is a front-end developer, and her focus is React, TypeScript, and JavaScript. Nice, right? So it conveys immediately this super important professional message of who she is. Take a look at this, please. Now, I know that some of you are software developers here, and some are network engineers and cybersecurity specialists, data analysts. You might not know what these mean, but from a software development point of view, these are very important logos here, symbols. Now, this guy is a mean stack developer. So here we see MongoDB, Express, Angular, and Node.js, right? Without having to go down to his education or, look at his work experience or anything. By the help of this background photo, I immediately understand he's a mean stack developer. So it immediately, again, I say this very often here, but it conveys the message, hey guys, I'm a mean stack developer, right? And that's a good thing because we want to be visible. We want to be seen on LinkedIn and not just, disappear amongst hundreds and thousands of other profiles. Now, I have to make a little comment here. Now, Gangandeep here, his name is Gangandeep, as you will see, is he smiling with his eyes? No, right? He's kind of not smiling. And there's a reason. In North America, you're expected to smile. You're expected to look happy in your pictures. But this is not true for every culture. Now, for example, in India, professional pictures in Japan, usually in professional pictures, you don't smile. You want to kind of have a neutral face. So whenever you look at a Indian or, some other cultures LinkedIn profile and you don't see them smiling, it's probably because it's a cultural concept. Like it's a cultural norm where, they don't smile. But other than that, you get the idea. The background photo immediately conveys a message. I'm a mean stack developer. Great. Next, take a look at this, please. Aaron Cordova. So Aaron put in a lot of effort to create this background image. And I want to give you 20 seconds. In 20 seconds, please read the code and try to see what he's done. Now, yes, so interesting, right? He starts with a variable, and the variable is I. And then he continues here with, I am a front-end developer. I used to rap, produce beats, explore subway tunnels, drive 18-wheelers, be an MTA track worker, then goes into his personal life, then starts talking about work and mentions Node, Gulp, Backbone, Less, Handlebars, and so on and so forth. Then in the corner here, we see Node.js, so we kind of probably understand he's working with Node.js at the moment, or he has some Node.js background and specialty that he wants to show the world, right? Now, obviously, this guy here works as a senior front-end engineer at Facebook, so, great job. Really great job in being creative here, creating a background photo, and his profile picture is really nice too. He's smiling, he looks approachable, he looks friendly, and that's what we want. Next, this section, you guys, senior front-end engineer at Facebook, for example, it's called a headline. We call this a headline. Now, what I see on many profiles here is that, you just put a job title up. But we're trying to brand ourselves here. We're trying to market ourselves here and be better than all other candidates, be more visible, be more knowledgeable, right? Perhaps even more professional. So just a job title is usually not enough these days anymore. Now, what do? You usually use the headline field to say a bit more about how you see yourself in your role, a spectrum of your roles, and what core skills actually define you. So what do you mean? Take a look at this here. I'll give you 10 seconds to kind of observe this picture, please, this header section. So thanks. Now, take a look at these three elements here. Take a look at number one, the background picture or photo, doesn't matter. The profile picture, and number three, the professional headline. I want to start at the end here and go and start with number 3. Google certified Android developer, IDF certified UX designer. Now, Babu Sahib doesn't just say mobile app developer. He kind of puts more context in what his background really is and what his specialization, his focus is, right? He says, I'm a Google certified Android developer, which is a big thing, right? And then also mentions that he is IDF, which is Interaction Design Foundation, which is a huge UI UX type of foundation. And he's certified by these guys. And he's proud of that and puts it up there, right? Doesn't just say mobile app developer or mobile developer. Now, number 3 is really good. Number 2, yes, the background could be a little simpler, perhaps 1 or 2 tones of colors. And again, he's not smiling, probably because, it's a cultural norm. But take a look at this button, right? It just doesn't make any sense. It kind of looks like spammy, it's like, are you real? Are you serious? What is this? What's going on in the background there? It's not clear what he's doing. Well, you can, let's assume this is probably him. He's teaching, but it's not clear. The hiring manager, the company, the HR person kind of doesn't want to dive into these details, right? They just want to see who you are and they want to make sense of your skills. And, do you have what I'm looking for? I hope this makes sense. And if you have any questions, please jump in. Next.
One question,
Oh,
Ibrahim.
yes.
Do that now or at the end?
Sure. We can do it now. I love interactivity, right? So I would actually, yeah, please.
I'm not sure if this is related to this content, but so someone anonymous asked, can someone please explain how the I'm interested button work? I've been using it. How can we get recruiters to reach out to us on LinkedIn?
How can we, I kind of don't understand the question. So the question is, how can recruiters reach me on LinkedIn?
Yes, I mean, and also I'm interested button, but I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, perhaps this user, once I'm through all these slides, this user perhaps can ask this question again at the end and clarify it, because this is kind of like out of scope right now.
Okay,
All right.
sure.
Okay. Sorry about that, but yeah, later, please. So let's take a look at other professional headlines here. Now, these are not tech related, or most of them are not tech related, but so that you get the general idea. So let's take a look at the first row. Pamela, senior accountant at XYZ big name company, GL accounting and financial reporting. GL means general ledger, and it's an accounting term, right? So now Pamela, but what is good about this is Pamela just doesn't say, hey, I'm an accountant. Yeah, sure, we all are. She puts more context in her background, in her professional background. That's what you need to do as well. So take a look at Steve. Executive experienced in strategic planning, program evaluation, cost analysis, budget management, and board governance. Wow, now this guy really has a huge skill set, and he puts it up there, right? Lets the world know, hey, this is what I do. These are my skills. Great. Peter, product manager, cloud computing, SaaS, mobile, new products, startups, partnerships, go-to markets. Yeah, we know now that this guy's a product manager, but these terms here, like cloud computing, SaaS, are specialization. He creates products based on cloud computing, etc. Great thing. It makes more sense to the recruiter, the hiring manager. Next, Connie, product manager, marketing leader in SaaS and software within IT, mobile, analytics, and technology space. So great. He just doesn't say, again, Connie here doesn't say, product manager. Connie puts much more emphasis on what she does in detail. Now, these were general occupational job titles. Let's move on to this. Take a look at the software developer example. You will see here, role clarity. You will see technical expertise, and you will see project. So let's read this. Lead software developer, specializing in full stack development and building scalable web applications. So lead software developer is a good thing, and you want to put this up there, right? Role clarity. Yes, I'm looking for a lead. Great. Next, technical expertise, specialized in full stack development. Great. Project impact. I build scalable web applications. Great. Like, it makes sense to me. I love the software developer. It just doesn't mention software development. Next, take a look at this. Here, mobile developer with a focus on iOS and Android, delivering seamless user experiences through intuitive apps, right? So platform specialization, user experience focus, and product outcome, all in the professional headline, everything in one. And it gives us a sense, that this person really knows what they're doing, right? So let's take a look at a few others here quickly, like IT technician. Let's look at the one on the left top here, top left here. See, IT support specialist, enhancing user experience through proactive problem solving, tech enthusiast. And also add a tech enthusiast, meaning, like I really enjoy tech. I love tech. Tech is me, right? Good things. And various other examples here. So, what we're trying to do here is, or what I'm trying to tell you here is, please don't just put software developer, cybersecurity specialist. Go into more details. Let the world know what you're about. Let the world know, about here, what platforms you use, well, what product outcomes you have had, right? Or role clarity, technical expertise. You can go React developer, right? Front-end developer / React developer / Angular enthusiast, etc., etc. So use your professional headline for your advantage. Thank you. Now take a look at this, please. And I actually, because of interactivity, I want you to critique this header section, right? So 10 seconds, take a look at this. So Deepti has a profile, Deepti Bahel. Now, let's critique her profile picture. Normally, I would love you to interact with me here, but first of all, her profile picture, her face isn't clear. Her face isn't visible. What she's wearing is really nice. She has a gorgeous smile, but kind of the background, didn't have to be nature. We kind of wanted a more professional, photo setting. Then in the past, this background image here used to be the default image of LinkedIn. Then, she didn't add a background photo. She kind of left it the way it is, default. So profile picture needs improvement. Background photo needs improvement too. Let's come here. Actively looking for new opportunities in analytics, program management, and data science. So what do you think about this? Should you let the world know that you're actively looking for a new role? I say yes. If you feel comfortable with this, write that in your professional headline and say, hey, I'm actively looking for a new role, new opportunities in ... right? Let the world know that you're looking for a job. It's okay to say, hey, I'm looking for a job, especially on LinkedIn. Probably not so much on Facebook and Instagram, but you get the idea. LinkedIn is there for this. This is the purpose of LinkedIn, or one of the purposes of LinkedIn, right? Now, I know some of you are thinking, well, nowadays we have the open to work frame, right? Okay. Yeah, you can use that too. But to be honest, the open to work frame, I see that a lot. And I think it kind of, writing here in your professional headline that you're actively looking for a new role in ... is a little bit more professional than just using a picture frame around your profile. Which, if you're comfortable with it, you can use that too. Not a problem. All right. So yeah. Next. Now, super important. And many people that I see this in so many profiles, many profiles leave out a nice summary section. So right after you're done with all this header section stuff here, yeah, LinkedIn will ask you to fill out a summary, a story section. First of all, if you're looking for a job, if you're looking to make a career change, make sure you have a summary section, like you really have some text in. Super important. Now, why? Take a look at the second plus, please. Your summary is your chance to tell your own story to the world, the recruiter, the company, right? So, you want to let them know who you are. You want to let them know what you did, what you've done, and where you're going in life, in your professional life. This is a good thing because we're all human. We need to connect, right? Rather than just a resume with like 3 bullet points of what you did in your previous jobs. So create a story. Create your summary here in the summary section. Sorry, create your story in the summary section. Again, like I said in the beginning of the presentation, some features won't take much time, but especially this feature here will take a little bit of time. And don't use ChatGPT. You can use ChatGPT to create your summary, your story. But again, make sure you write it because you want to put some energy into this. You want to put, some work into this. It's about your life, right? So don't be afraid. Plus, number 3 here, don't be afraid to invest some time. Try a few drafts, run your summary through people and ask them, hey, what do you think about this from a professional perspective? Can you connect with me? Like, what do you think? Do you see some light in me? Do you see some light in this text? Ask people you trust. And yeah, please remember that LinkedIn is a ecosystem within itself. And having a summary there also helps you being discovered through SEO searches, right? Recruiters, companies, they do search for keywords. They do search for certain information about candidates. And creating this is actually a content marketing strategy from a human perspective and from an SEO perspective. So take a look at this. I know there's a lot of text and we have limited time, but we will go through the basics here. Now, this is Daniel. Daniel is a software engineer at Google, a software engineer in test now at Google. And he has quite a bit of a summary text here. So let's see. Ever since I was a little kid, software development has been my passion. I still remember sitting in front of an Atari 800 computer with basic cartridge loaded in, making it print "Hello, Dan" for the very first time. Now, I'm not going to read much more into this, but you get the idea where he's going. He's trying to, convey the story of how this love for software and computer work started through his Atari 800, right? And then he kind of goes on here in the second paragraph that he went to Purdue University, finished like mathematics or some computer science degree. And now, here now in industry, this passion remains with me. There's certainly yet more to learn, but I'm building, I'm growing, I'm solving problems. And super importantly, guys, take a look at the bottom here, specialties. So now this is SEO, this is keywords, right? Important keywords that, you want to be discovered for. So here, languages, C, C++, Java, Objective-C, then academics like system programming, he's good at systems programming, algorithms, distributed systems, etc., etc. So turn your story or turn your summary into your story. Daniel stands out because he puts his career path in context by connecting the dots in his past, makes it clear what he loves, balances lots of industry keywords like here at the bottom and here in the text, yeah, and showcases a few years of experience in his summary section. This is what you need to do too. We're all humans. I will connect with you if I know your story. James, take a look at James here. So first and foremost, I love writing code. Ever since writing my first program in Python and manipulating it to produce a desired output, I've been obsessed with the idea of using software to solve practical problems. Software engineering is a never-ending puzzle that I'm passionately engaged in solving. I believe in the power of programming to transform and improve the lives of people around the world. Like very philosophical, right? Nice introduction. Do you really need all this? Yeah, if you really believe in all of this, put it in there. It's okay. Because you show the world what you're all about. You love software. You want to solve problems with software. But then, second paragraph is a little bit more simplified. For my first professional contract, I was given the opportunity to lead a full UI UX overhaul of a small startup's website. My second contract involved injecting HTML, CSS, JavaScript, etc., etc., etc. But again, it tells about his background, specializations, his skills, the things he's learned. And then at the very bottom here, skills and interests, again, for SEO purposes, JavaScript, Node, React, Redux, etc., etc. You need to do that. Now, James stands out because he positions his work history as a series of advancement, right? Where he started, where he is now today, describes a current project that is really important to him, where he has learned and grown, etc. He doesn't just code for money, but he also codes outside of work, which is here in the final paragraph. But also he uses keyword-rich language. Now, these two guys here, they really went into a lot of detail. And I know that's what some of you are thinking right now. Oh my God, I will be never able to write this. That's okay. You will. It just takes time. You don't have to go back into your childhood where you sat in front of an Atari or a Commodore 64 or something, right? But something more basic like this will do the job too. So here we have 4 paragraphs. In the first one, you can highlight your technical expertise. Like, for example, as a software developer with over 6 years of experience, I have proven track record of building robust web applications from the ground up. My expertise spans the full stack from crafting responsive front-end interfaces using React and Angular to design, etc., etc., etc. Next, illustrate your impact, projects, and accomplishments. Here, I'm deeply committed to writing clean code. My approach is collaborative. And then in my most recent role, which is my accomplishment and project now, I played a pivotal part in a project that improved system efficiency by 30%, right? So illustrate here your impact. Talk about your projects. Talk about your accomplishments, success that you have had in this field. And finally, to close it all up, convey your passion. Like, let them know that, don't do this just for a job. You really like, coding. You really like tech. You really love data science. You love cybersecurity. Outside of my day-to-day work, I contribute to open source projects, and I'm an active participant in coding hackathons, and so on and so forth. I hope this makes sense. If you don't have any questions, let's move on. So yeah, don't skip your summary. So here, in a nutshell, don't skip your summary section. So write something in there. Now, I know what you're thinking. Some of you are still very, intimidated by this. Yes, it is intimidating. But sit down and write something, right? Write something about your accomplishments, your background, what you do, what you've learned, how you're growing. Show the hiring manager, show the company your story of how you became the professional today, who you are today, right? Really important. Yeah. And, here a little note on the side now that we're talking about this. Don't compare yourself to others. Everybody has a different story. So don't, when you read somebody else's summary, story section here and say, oh my God, I don't have this. That's okay. You do have some experience, some accomplishments that will prove to the hiring manager or the company that you're a valuable candidate for a job. Think about these. Mention project management skills. Mention, communications, how you solved something through communication. Some improvements some general improvements that you've made in your previous jobs. Add these in there. But, of course, since you are going to be applying for tech jobs, it is still important to have some sort of tech contexts in your story. That's really important. Yeah, excuse me for a second, please.
We have one question, Ibrahim. Would you like to answer
Yes,
that?
please. Of course. Yes, please. Yeah.
Okay, so how to mention or explain career gaps in LinkedIn?
So now, career gaps. Now, there is no generic answer because we all have a different story, right? But one of the most obvious things to do will be, why do you have a career gap? It is okay to have a career gap if you, I don't know, went traveling around the world because, you were 27 and you needed to do this in this age. Or you were sick. You had challenges, health challenges. family challenges in your life, right? This is really, this is normal and it's happening to all of us. I have a career gap in my life, but what is important is, in my opinion, to let the reader know what this career gap is about. And not just that you just decided to sit at home and watch season after season of, your favorite shows for 2 years, right? So, in a nutshell, your career gap should be explained on your resume. Perhaps not so much on your LinkedIn profile, but when you apply for a job, you can say career gap for family reasons, career gap because I had health challenges, and I think that's completely fine. Completely. I hope this answers your question.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So next, then LinkedIn will guide you to, a skills list, and we'll say, hey, pick the skills, the skills that match your abilities, match your background. So fill out this list. It is, again, really important for SEO purposes when hiring managers and recruiters look for certain skills. This is really very important. But what I usually suggest is don't make the skills list too long, right? Because then it will feel unrealistic, like you're Superman, like from social media to project management to, I don't know, human resources skills and this and that. No, really focus on, a maximum of 10 skills. Don't go under 5, somewhere between 5 to 10 skills, soft skills, or even some technical skills. Put them in there. Really important for SEO purposes. But of course, core skills that you actually have, or the skills you're currently developing. That's really very important. Don't write just skills. Don't put in skills just for the reason they just sound good on your resume or something, right? Really try to make sense of these skills and try to keep it realistic. So I say usually a maximum of 10. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. From show your experience. Sorry. There's 6. Show your experience. This should have been 6 and not 7 here. Sorry, guys. Now, what I want you to do is take a look at this, please. So this is Wesley Mock, and he was a web developer at the University of British Columbia. Read his 3 bullet points here, please, or his 3 hyphens. 20 seconds, right now. So, what do you think about this? Is this good? Is this bad? Do you understand what he actually did? Here, CTO at cto.ai. Let's see. Worked on a team that delivered an application that involves running a series of ETL pipelines and various microservices to process MLS real estate data across North America. Great description. Great description. Next, helped process and normalize MLS data. Good, but something's missing. Next, developed new features to the company's OPS platform, SDK, software development kit, daemon, etc., etc. Next, here are the Canucks, a Vancouver ice hockey team, maintaining and adding new features to the memberships and ticket websites, collaborated with the vice presidents, community partnerships, human resources department, and other stakeholders to develop a website for the company's bid for Canada's top 100 employers. All good. But one fundamental thing is missing. Achievements, and numeric results. Next, I will go into more detail, but take a look at this girl. Anusha Das, here again in Vancouver, Burnaby, BC. Take a look at a couple of bullet points, please, right now. Okay. So she starts off here with categorizing her work experience, which I really love. It's not a jumble of like different tasks and different things she did, but she categorizes these. So saying here, for example, payment solutions, support solutions, front-end development, delivery solutions. So introduce new discount features to support needs of multiple clients. Integrated Magento shopping cart rules programmatically to make discount feature efficient, right? Again, very nice explanations, but as a recruiter, as a hiring manager, I want to see more achievements. Show me more success. Yeah, I know what you did or know what you're doing, but what was the impact of your work? What did you do? Show me more accomplishment ideally in numeric values, quantifiable data, right? Like 30%, $1 million, 50, 60, 100. Take a look at this. So whenever you fill out, and this is also valid for your resume, whenever you fill out your work experience section here, please avoid using responsible for and duties include. Why? Well, because they don't sound proactive. They sound like somebody told you to do something, right? Responsible for, I don't know, this and that. Duties included, cleaning up code. Yeah, so because somebody told you to do that. And we want to sound proactive in our resume and also in our LinkedIn profile. So here, certain action words that you can use, and you've seen them in the examples here too. There are nice action words here, like managed, led, grew, reduced, saved, etc. A quick word on correct tenses, usually when your job is in the past, or the task you completed or the project you completed is in the past, you can use the past tense. If it's still ongoing, you can use a continuous tense, like for example, managing a team of 30 people, ing, right? That's important too. So whenever you explain your work experience section, please make sure you use the correct tense. And don't go into much complicated tenses like the past perfect or past perfect continuous and all that stuff. It's not necessary. If the bullet point is too complicated to understand, the human resources person will not understand. So, keep things simple. Now, take a look at these pluses here, the pluses, which are basically, again, work experience bullet points. So I actually want to start at the bottom here. So spearheaded the development of a large-scale software system to meet regulatory standards, resulting in a 25% improvement in customer satisfaction. Oh, wow. So what did you achieve? I achieved a 25% improvement in customer satisfaction. Really very important. Great, right? So I see achievement now, not just a job description. Next here, redesigned company's web-based application and provided beneficial IT support to colleagues and clients. Now, a number of colleagues and clients would be nice, like 200 clients, 50 colleagues, co-workers. Number two, tutored and provided technical guidance to peers, leading to a 15% improvement in code quality and a 15% reduction in software development bugs. Very nice. So whenever you write your work experience section here, each bullet point, if possible, sometimes it's really not possible to put so much achievement into, a work experience section, but if possible, make sure each bullet point answers what did you do, why did you do it, and what was the result, right? Some call it like the SMART format, the SMART, but I've simplified it. Don't think about smart and achievable, attainable, and this and that. No. What did you do? Why did you do it? What was the outcome? The result. Super important. So now next, we have now created a perfect LinkedIn profile. Everything is there. Our summary, our headline, our background picture, etc., work experience, everything is in there. Now, what do you do with it? Usually, waiting for other people to contact you, it's going to happen, but how serious are they? Will they contact you? You have to be proactive and start with cold messaging. So what does cold messaging mean? Cold messaging means reaching out. Take a look at number one, identifying the right contacts like HR professionals, recruiters, talent acquisition managers, and sending them messages. right on LinkedIn. Normally, many of them have their profiles open, messaging availability open. Some of them have them closed, and there you can try to connect and send a message, or you can buy the full version, a full membership on LinkedIn, and contact them directly, where if you're a full paid member, LinkedIn will give you this ability. Okay. So before you contact these HR professionals, make sure you know the company, you do some research on the company, and see what type of job potential they would have. Like, for example, if you're looking for a cybersecurity job, make actually sure they have some cybersecurity related department, people, right? So that, your application doesn't just land flat on its face. Like, it should make some sense. There should be a role for you in this company, because highly likely, very rarely a company is going to create a role for you. There should be some connection to your skills. Next, number 3, craft a personalized message. Highlight specific skills and just reach out. Let them know you're super important. Hey, I'm looking for a new role. I'm looking for a new opportunity. This is really important. Refrain from the word job. Kind of use the word role and opportunity. It sounds more professional. So in this little box here, I do have a little example. So you see this HR manager looking for, I don't know, like a front-end developer, React developer. Write them a message. Say, hi, I'm Kim. I'm a software developer with a solid foundation in React, Angular, etc., etc. And I'm looking for a new role in front-end development, or in your front-end department, or in your user interface department, or in a user interface related context. I am excited about bringing my skills and passion to a small-sized developer team. I'm eager to learn, grow, and make meaningful contributions to the products that your company produces that will stand out. I am available anytime for a brief call to discuss how I can contribute to your projects. I'm attaching my resume for your review. Please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions. Regards, Kim, send it. Now, in this message, you should also attach a PDF resume. So, and when you name your resume, please make sure it kind of goes something like this: resume underscore or hyphen, doesn't matter really, first name and last name. Okay? Really important, because if the person is really interested in you, they kind of want to see a resume, right? So make it compact, make it all together like a turnkey solution. Hey, this is my skills, this is my resume, like that. So send your resume to. And yeah, does anybody have any questions here?
Yes, we have one more question.
Please, yeah.
So when we apply to various roles, by changing the cover letter and CV, it may contradict with the LinkedIn profile says. How to reconcile that, like applying to business analyst, finance, and management roles?
Yeah, that's a really difficult one. Now, see, this is what really some companies don't like so much. So you kind of need to make sure that there's some connection in your LinkedIn profile to the role you're applying for. So if your LinkedIn profile says, finance background, finance background, finance background, and then you're kind of applying for a technical business analyst job, yeah, is this going to work? Probably not, right? Unless you're from Harvard, Stanford, Massachusetts Institute of Technology or something. Yeah, then probably. But, for us mortal people, the normal people, right, it's highly going to backfire. So there, you either need to make sure that in your summary section, in your story, you may show a clear path of how you pivoted or trying to change into the role of technical business analyst, and make that really, clearly understandable what you're trying to do here with your experience. But, using one LinkedIn profile for multiple roles, I don't suggest that. Perhaps one LinkedIn profile for 2 roles. Yeah, why not? Project manager, Scrum guy, Scrum person, and front-end developer. Yeah, why not? They're still related. But if it's unrelated fields, multiple unrelated fields, then it's probably better to not add a LinkedIn profile to begin with. Yeah, I hope this answers your question. So In a nutshell, again, um, there must be some context, right? If your LinkedIn profile doesn't match with your resume, then we would all be suspicious. It's like, what? Is this person lying? Is this person real? That's why make sure your LinkedIn profile kind of focuses on one or two skills, and you still explain in your summary what you're trying to do. If it makes sense to the reader, and they understand what you're trying to do in your career here, they will probably still give you a chance for an interview. Thank you. So next, start blogging. Now, I really can't emphasize this, but blogging really has some magical thing to it. Like all the people that I've worked with, all my clients, all my students that I've worked with, and who started blogging, found a job. Of course, not overnight, but it kind of helped them. Now, blogging, right? Here, blogging on a regular basis is another self-branding, self-marketing strategy to build authority on a topic. Okay? So, for example, you can go and start a medium.com account. Most of you probably will know medium.com, a lot of blogging articles on technology, coding, etc. Right? So just start something and just teach the world, in like short paragraphs, something that you've learned today. Write something about it in your language, in English, doesn't matter. But let the world know, hey, I'm an authority. I'm learning this, and I want to share my knowledge with the world. Completely fine. Yes, some of you will think right now there's ChatGPT, why should they read? But believe me, many people read blogs. There's so many readers out there. Now, why should you do this? Look, by sharing expertise through blogging, you can inspire other developers or technology professionals and, solve their problems. And you can build a small following. Then, once you have a following, you can share this on your resume and your LinkedIn profile, right? Now, can you imagine a front-end developer that has 2,000 followers on medium.com or anywhere, somewhere, doesn't matter, right? And puts this on the resume? The hiring manager will think, oh, wow, like this person is some person of authority here, knows an expert, subject matter expert. They know what they're doing. They teach the world about their specialization. So start blogging. Take the time every day, 15 to 20 minutes, just write a little article, put it on LinkedIn, put it on medium.com, put it into your social media or something, right? And let the world know, hey, I'm an authority. I teach you something. Gain followers, put the followers in your resume, put the followers in your LinkedIn. Great. Super good self-marketing, self-branding.
One
Next.
more question.
Yeah.
For him. So what do you think about changing tech stacks for IT sector? Does it affect badly or not? For example, when you work 2 years so he says not developer, but I think he means network developer, then 1 year Java developer, then
Yeah.
work as a DevOps, etc.
So what I understand is this person has been jumping from role to role to role, like different positions, right?
Yes, but in tech.
Yeah, still within the tech industry. Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, again, from a Canada and US perspective, no. Highly likely it's not going to be effective. Because the company here, like the Canadian and the American mindset of the company is this. I don't um I don't want to hire somebody that has a colorful background. I want to hire somebody that can solve my job, like that can solve this problem that I'm encountering right now. And can you show me that you can solve this problem with my requirements, like 2 years experience, 3 years experience, right? So again, in a nutshell, please focus on one or a maximum of two skills if you want to land a job. Don't let them, and again, sorry guys, I'm talking in a Canada and USA context here, right? In some countries, it might be a little bit different. I know, for example, Japan, Thailand, Turkey, it can change a little bit, but here in Canada and the US, you need to be specialized in what you're doing and not jump from a skill to another and hope that you will get a good role in one of these skills. Okay. So yeah, please focus. So maximum two skill sets like network engineer, front-end developer with 3 years experience and 3 years experience, something like that kind of will work out. But again, that's a very individual case and needs strategic career planning, strategic resumes, strategic LinkedIn profiles. All right. I hope this answers your question.
Thank
Now
you.
let's get back to blogging. It's 3 p.m. and I think we will finish in the next 15 minutes. Start blogging, please. It will really help you. Put that link of medium.com and the number of your followers on your resume. Great. Next, participate in networking events. Now, networking in the tech industry gets you a job. I know from my clients, I know from my students, 90% of everybody that found a job, it was like somehow, some way related to networking and networking events. Now, here in Canada and the US, we have like a lot of meetup and Eventbrite events. Some of them are paid, and when they're paid, I usually suggest you should go and pay. Pay the $20. It's worth it. Now, the reason why it's paid events have usually more serious participants, and that's what you want. You don't want just somebody that's looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend or something, right? And just want to hang out. You're looking for a job. You want to meet serious people, unless you're looking for a boyfriend or girlfriend. Of course, then you can do that, but you get the idea. So meetup events, Eventbrite events, great places to meet people. Now, however, and this is super important, guys. Before you walk, and that's why it's in red, before you walk into any networking event, you need to define your goals very clearly. So why am I here, right? Before you go into this event, think about, why am I here? What am I trying to achieve, right? Now, highly likely, nobody's going to offer you a job at the event and say, of course, miracles happen, but 90% chance you're not going to get a job offer. But you will meet valuable people with whom you can connect, and that connection can lead to job offers or opportunities or roles. Very important. So before you go into the event, close your eyes and think about it for a minute. What am I trying to achieve here? I want to meet at least 2 or 3 people that have some sort of connection to my industry, with whom I can connect on LinkedIn, exchange email addresses, and then stay in touch with them. If somehow, somewhere, someday, some opportunity pops up, I can write them a message and say, hey, remember me, right? And connect with their job. Really very important. Networking, networking, networking. If you can have a little business card, that would be fine. Again, a LinkedIn QR code, that would be fine. And most people have LinkedIn, right? But again, and my final note here for this, have an elevator pitch ready. Some of you know what an elevator pitch is. Have that ready, because you want to sell yourself. You're not there to talk about, out of scope topics, about tourism related stuff. You're there for a tech event, and you want to sell yourself as a tech professional. You're a tech professional out there, and you need to sell yourself. And the best way to do this in a short amount of time and professionally is with an elevator pitch. So, result, participate in networking events. Super important, guys. Next, what many people don't do, and this is really a huge pitfall here. I'm just going to have a sip. Sorry, I'm just losing my voice. I've been talking too much. So, follow up, follow up, follow up. So following up with people you meet at a conference is vital to building a connection and strengthening your bond. So what does follow up mean? Yes, let's say you met the founder of a software startup. And then next day, they will not remember you. They've met 20 people, they've met 30 people, everybody wants to talk to them, and everybody's looking for a job. They will not remember you. What do you need to do? If not the very next day, in the next 2-3 days, shoot them a message. Say, hey, it was super nice to meet you. I really love learning more about your startup, the things you do. And, hopefully one day I would love to join your team, Follow up. Let them know you exist. Let them know you are there. You're valuable. You have the skills they're looking for, right? So this can be, again, done by email, LinkedIn, or any type of messaging that you have used or social media that you have used when connecting with these people. Yeah. Again, follow up, follow up, follow up. Most of us don't do that, but super important, guys. They must remember you. And unfortunately, during networking events, important figures, important, people get to meet so many people and they don't remember it, right? Thank you. Now, next, another thing that I always say, please, please, please volunteer. Volunteer if you can. So when we say in Canada and America, volunteer, we usually mean, unpaid internships, okay? Or unpaid internships are volunteer internships. So this usually doesn't mean you have to work for them 35 hours, 40 hours a week. They require you for 5 to 10 hours or 12 hours a week. But what do you get in return? You don't get money, but you get really valuable things in return. Like you gain experience. You build up your resume. You build a portfolio of work that you've done. You network and meet peers, people like you, people from the company, outside companies. You develop skills, soft skills. You increase your confidence. As we all know, imposter syndrome is a massive, debilitating syndrome in tech. You gain confidence by doing this. You understand work dynamics, how things work in tech, what you need to do, how you talk, and much more. So if you don't have tech work experience, please volunteer. Super important. Super important. Most companies will not ask you to volunteer for more than 15 hours a week. And most unpaid internships are remote anyway. So you can do it from the comfort of your home. But then what's the advantage? You will have real work experience to put in there, right? So please volunteer. Think about volunteer. It will open so many doors and will grow into something amazing. Thanks, guys. And my final comment here will be, have fun. Unfortunately, in the tech industry, we all have this, oh my God, how am I going to find a job? Will I ever find the job of my dreams? Will I ever make $120,000 ever? All that panicking, all that stress bubble around you, people see it. People see it. Now, you want to have fun. You are in this industry because you like code, you like technology, and you want to work in this field and enjoy a job that you're passionate about. So have fun. Because again, look at this. People will pick up on your energy quite quickly. And that will affect the first impression. And they will think, yeah, can this person do this? Can they do it? They're kind of panicky, not so focused. You get the idea. Have fun. Laugh, smile, make errors, brush off again, and do it again and again and again. If the world sees that you're enjoying what you do, you're having fun with this job, they will appreciate it. And you will find your dream job, hopefully sooner than later. And finally, my final quote to all of you is, if you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not a bright day. So yes, all this is very daunting, like creating resumes, I don't know, career gaps and how to, take a picture. It's all a lot of work, but remain positive because it's all for a brighter day. It's all for a good day. Smile and believe in yourself and things will just work out for you. Thank you so much. So again, my name is Ibrahim Sinan. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this LinkedIn session. Here's my QR code if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn. And I have a website under Kickstart Career Services. And yeah, you can email me at blainesinan@gmail.com. Thank you. Thank you for being here. And I think we're ready for our Q&A session.
We don't have any more questions.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much, Ibrahim, for that insightful presentation. And thanks to everyone for joining us today. We appreciate your participation and hope you found this session valuable. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much.